Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to a weekly COT review. Today we're going to be analyzing the 20th Commitments of Traders Report of 2023, and as we always do, we shall start off by looking at the largest changes in commercials positions. Before we jump to the review, just a brief reminder for those who are new to COT analysis. Here at COTBase.com, you'll find a lot of educational material, not only in written format, but we have some very useful videos as well. These videos can help you better understand how to dig into this wonderful report, how you can benefit from the data inside. We also have some very useful indicators. The Pro indicator focused on classic COT analysis, and we have our own iCOT Intraday Indicator developed to help traders who are focused on shorter time frames. I will show you an example on one of the markets that we are going to analyze in our COT review. This will be silver. So we're going to start off with soybean meal, which as you can see is on top of our list with a 24% change. In commercials, we are of course analyzing net positions, the legacy data from CFTC. Of course, we know we have different report types. The legacy, or as we call it, the classic, has the longest COT history. Most traders focus on that, but we do offer disaggregated reports as well. We are analyzing the futures and options combined data. You have the ability to switch only to futures, or in our system, you can actually look at options only data as well. Okay, so soybean meal, 24%, what does that mean? So we have the red line over here showing us commercials, and that 24% change is here compared to the 52 weeks look back period. It is a bit larger than average change size, but nothing too unusual. We do see these magnitudes a couple of times. It is a bearish COT change signal. Unfortunately, we have already experienced the decline this week, so it wouldn't be something that I'd act upon. Switching over to a 5 years chart, we get the ability to examine stress levels, which as you can see with current positioning, we're still leaning towards the bearish side of the market. We're not at those extremes or close to extreme levels, but if you look back early this year, you can see how well the report signaled this top. We are not surprised to see the market declining, and as that is happening, seeing a decrease in that stress level. Our next market, silver, here we have a 22% change in commercials net positions. You can see that we have a 25% change in large speculators. Jumping to the 1 year's chart, you can see that this change is actually clearly larger than average. It is a bullish COT change signal. I'd say the magnitude is, let's say, top 5, but definitely top 10, which is good. It is coming after a decline in the market, so this may actually be a successful signal in the short term. Now, if we look at the iCOT Intraday Indicator, which you can do on 2 platforms. I personally use TradingView, but there's NinjaTrader as well. Here you can see a 4-hour candlestick chart and just showing to you with default settings what the indicator is capable of. So very well signaling the bottom from early March of this year, and basically you are into the trade up until the top, where you're going to be receiving some very decent sell signals that are still in place. Now if we switch over to a shorter time frame, we can go down to like 5-minute world. You will see what the indicator is capable of over there. Again, some pretty successful signals. What you need to know about this indicator is that it is not working directly from the COT data. It is our own indicator. However, we have developed it with the mindset of classic COT analysis, and the signals and the whole concepts are very much correlated with what you have been witnessing in classic COT analysis. We have the iCOT scores lines measuring stress level in the market, but of course, in the shorter time frames, this is a 5-minute candlestick chart. I could show you 1 minute as well, just for those who really go into the very short time frame. So maybe not, for everybody, but it does show you what the indicator is capable of. But back to our classic COT analysis. This was, of course, the 1-year chart. If we move to the 5 years on silver, you can see that we have moved a little bit away from bullish COT extreme levels, which were quite obvious in the middle of last year, right around these lows. We had a decent bullish extreme over here in March, just around these bottoms when the iCOT on the 4-hour was showing that bullish stripe signal. And of course, as the market headed higher, we have moved away from those levels. If we see the continuation of this decline, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bullish extreme develop in silver. Soybeans is our next market, 21% change over here, similar size, number wise to silver. However, I always advise opening the charts because of course it's all comparative to the specific market. You can see that 21% change. In this case, we are talking about a bullish COT chain signal. Because we have a data over here, I believe a 6-month chart may be easier to view. So we have a decline that's been going on, which, by the way, the iCOT Intraday Indicator was absolutely on top of. And then we have a bullish COT chain signal. Now, of course, the good news is not only do we have a bullish COT chain signal, but you can see that the extreme is changing. I wouldn't say all time or anything close to that, as you can see. But in relative terms, if we look at, let's say, 2-3 years back, then it's definitely a bullish stress level present in this market. Moving on to large speculator COT extreme analysis, soybean oil. So if you remember, we talked about soybean meal, soybeans, and now soybean oil. So a lot of soybean markets, actually great markets for classic COT analysis. Here we have a huge, much greater bullish stress in the market than what we've just seen in soybeans. So having these showing the same longer term picture is great. So we are expecting a bottoming to happen over here. Cocoa, our next market, 166 report extreme. However, this is a bearish stress level, suggesting a top to develop over here in the next couple of weeks, month. Who knows? Could take a year or two. Nevertheless, stress is there, and it's good to see that happening at a top. And then last but not least, we've got the Mexican peso. Here we have 165 report extreme in large speculators positions. You can see what that means on the chart. So we have seen greater extremes, a very clear bearish COT extreme from January of 2020. And of course, we had a decent bullish extreme over here from December of 2021. So definitely space for larger bearish stress levels to come if the Mexican peso was or is going to move higher from here. There's a lot more to do here at COTBase.com. Of course, there's more markets. We only show you a few market categories. As I've mentioned in the beginning, we have different report types and other data types as well. You can use other tools to analyze the report. The COT index, talked about in many books, the COT move index. We have a long-term trend indicator, volume and open interest analysis. And of course, if you're interested in a specific data set on a specific market, you may as well come over here and find that. We do offer the ability to download all these. If you are a COTBase Pro member, you can actually use it in NinjaTrader, the Pro indicator. And as I have just shown to you, the iCOT Intraday Indicator is something highly valuable and maybe supplemental to this longer term tool that we call COT analysis. Thank you very much for being with me in this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe and give us a like if you found value in this information. I hope you guys will have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully you will join me in my next COT review. Take care. Goodbye.